Happy Sunday to everybody. I am so pleased that you could tune in today with us. I'm so excited about this show. But if you saw the flyer, then you know who I'm having on, and she is one of my favorite people outside of October. She's still one of my favorite people. And so if you, like I said, if you saw the flyer, then you know we're gonna have Miss Nikeia Watson on with Mammogram Access Program, and we are still in October, so it is still Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you have not gone and gotten yourself screened as yet, I encourage you to go ahead and do just that. And I'm going to be bringing her on in a few minutes. In a few minutes, we will get started with the show. But today is a great Sunday. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of you who was praying for my team, because the last time we had coffee and conversation, I asked y'all to pray for my team, my football team, because Javi wasn't doing too well. Anyway, y'all effectual fervent prayer worked, and we were able to get a win today. So I'm in a great mood. And our record this season is still awful, but a win is a win, and I'll take that. So thank you to all of you who were saying those prayers. I know y'all like, listen, we don't even care about football, but you care about me. And because you care about me, you remember to pray for the Patriots. That's what I'm going with. So thank you very much about that. I don't know if y'all were enjoying like the cool weather, but it was cool for a couple of days. It's not so cool, but it isn't so bad. So I'm thankful for that. But anyway, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, we had the show and we were talking about navigating the pause. I don't know how many of you tuned in for that, but we were talking about navigating the pause, and we had on Patrice Lockhart, who is a certified menopause health practitioner. And we had said on that show, if you're interested, we were going to try to bring her over. And guess what? You were interested, and we tried. Not only did we try, we succeeded. We were able to have Patrice Lockhart come over. So I am pleased to announce, let me put the flyer up so that you see what we have going on here. This is going to be exciting. So come November 5th, that is November 5th, 5:30 p.m. at the conference room of the Four-Way Co-op Plaza. If you are in Grand Bahama and you are tuning in, then we will be having our first HACES Empowerment and Resource Center for Women. We will be having our first Women's Health Seminar, our first in-person seminar. And we're going to be talking about perimenopause, menopause, and pelvic floor health. It is so important. So I encourage all of you to make sure that you spread the word, get your tickets, because seats are limited. The room only so big, y'all. So don't wait until the last minute and be like, oh, I'm going to just show up there and buy my ticket then, because you may be out of luck. She is going to actually be putting two seminars into one, because she actually does the perimenopause and menopause seminar separately. And that's usually $35. And then the pelvic floor health seminar, that's usually $60. But y'all, thanks be to God and all of our wonderful sponsors, we were able to negotiate at a price of only $25. And so I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all of our sponsors who came on board: D's Car Rental, NUA, Grand Bahama Power, Utmost Construction. I feel like I'm missing out someone, Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union. So I want to say thank you. I hope I didn't miss out anyone, because, child, it'll be a situation, but I don't think. Of course, and Imagine Graphics. How could I forget Imagine Graphics? So a big shout out and thank you to all of our sponsors who came on board. They are making this possible. And so, like I said, if you are female and you are 40 and over, you need to make sure that you get your ticket. It is only $25. And you can call 826-6278 to purchase your ticket for our Women's Health Seminar. Listen, we need to begin to talk about these things. They are impacting us in incredible ways, and we are suffering in silence. And that is not what we're going to do. Maybe our mothers didn't tell us about this and talk to us about all of the ins and outs of when we become menopausal and everything that we experience, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. But we are breaking that cycle, and we are going to have the conversation. We're going to share, we're going to talk, we're going to learn. And she also encourages healthy ways to navigate. Listen, menopause, perimenopause is not an illness. It is a part of life, but there are healthy ways that you can navigate through this. And we're going to be talking about that. And in addition to that, Patrice is also going to be bringing some of her products that she talked about, these 100% natural products that we could all use to help us navigate. So in addition to purchasing your tickets, make sure you bring some coins with you so that you can purchase some of these products. But again, like I said, I am so very excited for us today to be talking with Nikeia. And so I just wanted to put that plug in there for our Women's Health Seminar coming up November 5th. Make sure you put that on your calendar. That is a Sunday. We having it on a Sunday. I give you enough time to cook. And then after that, all roads lead to the four-way plaza. Bring your friend. Bring your friend along. If you are 40 and over, you want to make sure that you are there. November 5th, and the tickets are only $25, and you can purchase your tickets. Just call 826-6278. So anyway, sisterhood, on with the show. We have Nikeia, who is ready and waiting in the background, and so I want to bring her up. So please help me welcome sisterhood, our sister, Nikeia Watson. Hi, Nikeia.
Hi there.
So good to see you. And we have a lot to talk about. So as I said, Nikeia is from Mammogram Access Program. And you know that this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Nikeia, and I know that MAP and Sister and the Cancer Society, y'all have a lot going on, a lot of things that we can participate in, that we can help to support these organizations who are helping. Listen, let me say this right now to y'all. When y'all support organizations, Marsha Kemp is saying hi, Nikki. But when y'all support these organizations like MAP, like the Cancer Society, like Sister, your money stays right here in the Bahamas. You hear me? That money doesn't go anywhere. It stays right here in the Bahamas to help women and people who have been diagnosed with cancer. So I don't want y'all to think that your money going somewhere far. It is going right here, and we are helping our sisters. We are helping them. And so it is so important that we make sure that we contribute and we support these organizations. If you have not, I'm going to start off with the one that I know. The polls are open. So if you have not voted yet, I'm talking about the by-election down in West Grand Bahama. Ooh, child. That's for another day. That's for mixed views, okay? But if you have not voted in the Battle of the Bra, you need to go to Facebook and you need to go to the Battle of the Bra Facebook page, and you need to go and vote for your favorite bra. Sister designed the bra, MAP designed the bra, and Cancer Society designed the bra. Voting is only going to cost you $5. Now, don't forget the tip that I gave you all. Put $20 on the side. Put $20 on the side. Put vote once for Sister, once for MAP, and then once for Cancer Society. That's only $15. With that extra $5, then go back and vote a second time for the one that you really want to win. But that way you've contributed to everyone. And as I said, when you make these contributions, they stay right here to help our sisters in this community. And guess what? Cancer Society and Sister, they help everybody. It doesn't have to be just breast cancer. They help. You say how they help. They don't just come and pray for you while they do that. Listen, if y'all know our challenge in Grand Bahama, if you need help getting a plane ticket to go to Nassau for your treatment, Cancer Society and Sister help you with that. If you nervous and you just want someone to go to the doctor with you, one of them will make themselves available and do that. If you need to get a port, because apparently you need a port for when you're doing your chemo and you can't afford the port, Sister and Cancer Society, they assist you with very tangible ways. They assist you in very tangible ways. So when you making this contribution, when you go there and you vote, you may be helping your cousin. You may be helping your sister. God forbid, you may be helping yourself. Now, let me tell you about MAP, because you saying here, well, what MAP is do. MAP is the first step. You got to get tested. You got to get your mammogram done. And MAP is the organization to help you. If you can't afford it, Nikeia makes it happen. She makes it happen because that's how important it is. So I don't want you, if you're tuned in and you have not done your mammogram because of financial reasons, you don't have an excuse. We have Miss Nikeia Watson on. And those of you who have some extra money on the side, and even if you don't buy lunch this week, okay? This week, take a packed lunch and use your $5, because really where you could go and buy lunch for $5 anyway. But whatever, I digress. Use that $5 and go ahead, go to the Facebook page, Battle of the Bra, and vote for all three, and then vote again for your favorite one. Now, Nikeia,
yes,
you
ma'am.
correct me and let me know what's going on. October is a busy month for all of you. Let's find out what's happening this month and how we can contribute.
Oh Lord, we have one more week before the actual announcement of who won the Battle of the Bra. And boy, it's been a very, very active week. Active month to say the least. We've been very, very busy. We've been doing street polling, getting out there, talking to women, connecting with the community. I'm glad to see Sister out there and the Cancer Society out there agitating for their bra. It's been a very, very exciting month, I must say.
Good. I'm
Now,
glad to hear that.
very exciting. We MAP has screened 100 women this month. We did our screening at the beginning
How
of the
many?
month. 100. We screened
Wow. So
100.
you've already done 100 women for just this month alone.
We did that in the first week. We wanted
What?
our motto for this year, upcoming year, is patience, progress, patience, partners, and progress. So we always put the
Yes.
patient first. Okay. So before we go about raising funds, raising awareness, we wanted to make sure get our patients in. Now we didn't
Yes.
screen patients in Grand Bahama. We didn't. We screened
Okay.
patients in Nassau. And the reason
Okay.
why we did that is because the PMH, their machine is down. We want to
Mm.
go where the need is the greatest. And during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we have all sorts of people doing screening programs, people that only screen in the month of October.
Month of
So we
right.
decided to let
And
them have,
that's so
right,
let me just say, and that's the thing. MAP doesn't just assist you with screening during the month of October. MAP is operating and working with women year round to make sure that
year
they get screening done. Go ahead.
Correct. Correct. So we know that there was going to be a lot of screening being done on Grand Bahama. So we went where the need was greatest. So we went to Nassau and we screened women from the women of the kidney center and the dialysis units. They have a special place in my heart. So we made sure to reach out to them and make sure got those women screened. I think we did 25 women from the dialysis center, and then the rest it
Wow.
was just open screening to those who were in need. So we got that out the way. And whilst I was in Nassau, of course, I did some campaigning.
Of course.
Of course,
Of course.
I tried to get the public there in New Providence aware of our organization, what we do, what we intend to do in the future, what the whole purpose behind our organization is. So we did do some campaigning. You know what I learned?
What?
You know what I learned? The
What did you
support
learn?
for breast cancer, the support for breast cancer in New Providence is very strong. I was very impressed when I
Good.
saw the amount of businesses promoting and giving back to organizations. I was very, very impressed.
Okay,
I
Grand
couldn't turn
Bahama, that
around
sounds
without
like a
seeing
challenge.
promotion. I think it is. I think it very much is. I couldn't turn around without seeing a business having some promotion that gave back to an organization. And I was really,
Yes.
really impressed with that. I was really impressed with that. So we do need to get together here in Grand Bahama. We need to have more promotions geared towards giving back to these organizations because we work all year round and we work
Yes.
very hard. And everything we do is geared towards the patient. Okay, and who are these patients? These are the women who are walking amongst us. The lady who's teaching your child. Okay, the woman at the fast food restaurant who's giving you your meal. Okay, the woman inside the straw market just welcoming the visitors who are coming in. These
Yeah.
are the women around us. It goes right back to the community. So the community needs to rally behind these organizations so that we can take care of the women in the community. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's right, Karis. They are all of us. That's you, that's me, that's everybody. And so we all, and when we begin to see it as that and take it personally, I think, it'll
Mhm.
really cause us to want to contribute as much as we can. And not just finances, but in time and resources, whatever those resources may be, to help each other. That's the only way that we're gonna get through this. So you were able to screen 100 women for this month
100.
alone. Okay. Do you have any on board for Grand Bahama for this month?
Not for this month, but next month, October, November, we're going to be repeating the Eastern Initiative. That's
Oh,
what we want to do.
wonderful.
So I'm
Okay.
already thinking, trying to plan how that's going to happen so that we can get that off as soon as October is closed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's we really want to get that done for sure, for sure. During that ESA initiative, I'm looking to do some more education. All right. So whilst we are screening the women in East End, we also want to educate those women, but I want to have the education open to everyone. Okay.
Okay.
Even if we can't screen you, come on. Okay. Let's identify those who are in need, put you on a waiting list. Something. All right. So we do want to do our education, and then in December we're going to go back and screen the disabled because that's Disabilities Month.
Okay.
So we want to repeat that. So that's our first quarter.
The map is
That is
busy.
our first quarter. Okay, in the
That's your
second
first
quarter,
quarter.
that will be that's the first quarter, right? Because we start our year October 1st.
Okay.
That's when our year starts. Okay, so our second quarter in meeting and we are identifying women who are in need and putting them on that waiting list. We will be looking to screen those ladies in March.
Okay.
All right, and we want to do 100 women in March. Now for our third quarter, we want to head to Abaco and we want to screen
Okay.
200 women in Abaco. We have to get Abaco on board for screening this
Yes.
year. It's been too long. And it's not to say that breast cancer is not occurring among that community. Of course it is. All right. But the struggle to really tap into screening is a lot harder when you have to travel just for the screening. Can you imagine? You have to go for the mammogram. You come back home and then you have to find out you have to do an ultrasound and then you have to do a biopsy.
Yeah.
The amount of travel
Yeah.
just to get
Traveling, just
that
travel alone.
diagnosis. Can you
Yes.
imagine? So we really need the traveling alone can put you in debt. So we have to figure out some way to get screenings there on Abaco, get access to screening on Abaco, something long term. Don't know how it's going to happen, but I never do. I never know how anything is going to
And guess
happen.
what?
My
God
job
works
is
it
to
out.
just stay in place,
Yes. Those
speak my
connections
desire.
will come.
It does. They have to come. They must come. I've
Yes.
just this is our first term. A term is 2 years, so this is the first term that we've been out to the public. And I
Okay.
will tell you, when I think about the goals that I have for mammogram access program, I tend to get discouraged. But then I have members who always tell me, "Listen, step back for a minute. Look at the progress you've made over the
That
last
you've
2 years.
already
Remember
made
how you felt
when you first started. And look where you are
Remember how
now.
you felt when you started the organization, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now, the way I felt when I first started and the way I feel now, pretty much the same. I have big goals, big goals. I never really know how it's gonna come off, how I'm gonna get there, but my job is to just
But
say, this is what needs to happen. I pray for God to send those persons in order to
and he
help me get it
does.
done.
And he does. And so when you
That's it.
look, and yeah, you have big goals, but we see your heart and we know there's a need. And so there are people, we don't know who they are, we don't need to know. All we know is that God sends these people and we make these divine connections, and the goals are met because it is a needed service. It is a needed service. And so that's all you need to know. It's a needed service. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep going. Laverne Johnson Thompson, yes, we are our brothers and sisters keeper. Karen, thank you for tuning in as well. And Marsha saying, God got you, girl. And so we want Danya, thank you so much for tuning in. And everybody, if you don't comment, then I'm not able to call your name. So don't think I'm cherry picking who I'm calling. I call based on who I could see. And the only way I could see the name is if you say something. Hey, look at my girl, Patrice. Yes, mom. Patrice, thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, so we you have goals and you put them before God and they're gonna come to pass. Is there anything other than Battle of the Bra? Do we have anything else going on for this month?
No, we oh yes we do. Sorry. We have my event. It's called the Pink Lotus Affair. We
Oh, that
do.
sounds
We have the Pink
fancy.
Lotus Affair.
I just gotta say
Right.
this word from Doctor, hey, from Dr. Major. And she the doctor had, but she just delivered a word. She says, God doesn't look at your pocket when he sends the vision. He just wants the willing heart. So I want you to remember that because your heart is willing and he is going to work everything out. Now let's talk about this fancy, the Pink Lotus. Tell us all about this.
The Pink Lotus Affair is a cocktail party, and it's our platform for us to really show what we've done over the last 2 years, to really give an impact statement, and for us to reveal our plans for 2024. And during the Pink Lotus Affair, we're also going to have the winner of the Battle of the Bra is going to be revealed. There's going to be a fashion show when you can actually see the bras on live models. So it's going to be very, very, very fun. It's going to be lively. Demetrius Smith is our host. And if you've ever been to an event hosted by Demetrius Smith, you know it's always a blast. So I really cannot wait. I need this event. I need this event. It's like it's like a review of what we've done and to encourage me and to encourage those who have already partnered with us to continue to partner with us. So
Yes, yes.
right. For the patients, we want to do this for the patients as well. All proceeds are going to go back into our screening program. You know, our goal this year is to screen 500 women, Operation 500. So this is what the Pink Lotus Affair is all about.
Okay, so when is it? How much are the tickets? You know we like to dress up.
Well, it's going to be at the Garden of the Groves this Friday,
Okay.
October 27th, and we start at 7 o'clock. All right. So the tickets are $100, and you can get tickets downtown at Signature Choices. And I want to thank Alex over there at Signature Choices. She's been phenomenally helpful ever since we kicked off this competition. We have tickets there. We have Tipsy Studios downtown. They also have tickets. In the mall, Raven Mall, Triple Boots, they have tickets. And Gizmos and Gadgets also has our tickets there as well. So you can purchase the tickets. It's $100. Proceeds go to our screening program.
Yes. Anjanette is saying she saw you last night. Regret not introducing herself. This is awesome what she is undertaking. God's blessing on this endeavor. Well, you have another opportunity to meet Nikeia in the flesh, and that would be at Pink Lotus. It's only $100 a ticket. And don't think of it as just that. Think of it as a donation. It is to help someone who, a female who was unable to afford to pay to have a mammogram done. And so, like she said, all of the proceeds go back into MAP and to help us help each other. And when is it again? It is October 27th.
That's right. That's Friday coming.
Friday coming, 7 o'clock p.m. Right at the Garden of the Groves.
Correct.
We have to wear pink.
I didn't put that in there. You don't have to wear pink. I know I will be wearing pink.
Right. Just
you
come.
don't have to wear pink. Just come. Come.
Put
we
on
want
your
to share
cocktail
with you.
dress. Get your ticket.
Put on your cocktail dress. That's right.
Let's
Mix
come
and
and
mingle.
support Pink Lotus. And you know, if you want a more personal view of what it is that MAP is doing, what they have done, come to Pink Lotus Affair. Let's make that an event for all events. It's only $100 donation. That's all it is. And if you were busy, get the ticket for someone and then gift it to them. Y'all thought I was going to say, if you were busy, don't come in. No chat. Get the ticket and you gift it to someone. But absolutely let us support MAP and what they are doing and what they have been doing and continue to do. The screening, the education process, partnering with other organizations. You all know how we feel about Grand Bahama. Me and my crew, we often say we out here. And you know what that means? That means we out there and we got to get it done. We got to look to each other and we have to work together. I can't stress this enough. This is a worthwhile cause. I know sometimes we hear prices and we get intimidated. Don't get intimidated about this price. I am asking you to make the sacrifice if you can and to support
I want you to
this
think of it this way too.
event.
Think of it this way too. The cost of a mammogram is like about $150. So this is actually less than what we paying for one mammogram.
For one mammogram. Y'all hear that? $150. And I know we know some people who may need to get a mammogram and they can't afford that $150. And guess what? That's where MAP comes in. And so when they're having their fundraisers, let's support, as I said earlier, when you support MAP, you know where the money is going. You know, it isn't being sent out of the country. Not that I'm picking on any, other organization, but I'm saying the money is staying right here. It is to help us right here. And so it's extremely important that we continue to do that. We continue to support where we can. Make sure, again, if you have not voted, go to Facebook, Battle of the Bra, and please go and vote for your favorite bar. It's 3. It's a friendly competition. It's MAP, it's Cancer Society, it's Sister. Every time you vote, it's $5. That's okay. We supporting them. And so it's $5 to launch your vote. You all know me, what I can say. Put aside $20. Vote for all 3 and then vote for your favorite one twice. See how your money gone? $20 right there. But you are supporting these organizations who have done so much to help our community. And we want to see MAP grow because it isn't just us in Grand Bahama. There are women throughout the Bahamas who they don't have access to this kind of program. And some of the family islands as close as Abaco is. And so we know what the goal is. We know what the goal is for this quarter for Nikeia. And then we know she's going to be going back into the eastern end of the island. She's done that. This will be a second time, right?
This would be the second time. That is something that we want to continue. We want to continue that initiative because the women
and also Nikeia,
Go ahead.
Let me also ask you, even if you're not in East End, but you feel something, you did the self-exam, you feel something, but financially, you really cannot afford to get screened, to get tested. I know that the next endeavor you're working on is to target those in the East End community. Can someone still reach out to you, or a woman, can she still reach out to you if she finds herself in that position, even if she's not from East End?
They can still reach out. There is a link that I send out to women who are looking for assistance that are outside of that category, and you can just fill out the form for that link. And then as the funding comes in, we come and we get you screened. But
All
what I
right.
would like to do in January, we want to launch our Angel Donor Program. And it's a subscription based kind of program that will allow us to
Okay.
have cushion to really answer the call of random people just coming in. Okay.
Okay.
And what we're asking is for women to donate $5 a month. $5 is 3% of the cost of one mammogram. And so if we get, let's say, 2,000 women buying into this, that will give us a cushion of $10,000 every month so that we can answer the call for women who find that lump and don't have the money to get screened. That will allow us to do ultrasounds on women who we've already screened if they should need the assistance. That will allow us to answer the call for biopsies. These are all things that we had to deal with in the first 2 years. We did not have any cushion, but we had to switch
Right.
money around and make it work.
Right.
As we screen more women, we're going to find more women who need help with the ultrasounds, the biopsies. When I get a patient, I want to take you to diagnosis, whether it be a negative or a positive. If it's a positive diagnosis, then I want to be able to punt that patient over to the Cancer Society at that level. Okay? So now the Cancer Society is only concerned about treatment and travel.
Got you. And I love that. And it's $5 a month. 2,000. I'm sure we got 2,000 women. 2,000 women. We just need to commit to $5 a month. $5 a month, and it helps those of us who are not able to help themselves in terms of being able to afford not just mammogram but extending to ultrasound or biopsy. And so we really have to support MAP, but more than MAP, we're supporting each other, and that is what we have to keep in mind. You may say, well, I'm good, I have insurance, but life, hey, life happens.
Life
Life
happens.
happens, and you never know. You never know. It could be you, it could be me, right? And so we want to make sure that we are supporting these kinds of organizations, and we are doing our best. So that is for, and that's beginning in January, you said.
That's beginning in January, correct?
You all see how gracious she was. She know how we go Christmas time. You only got map to study Christmas time. So January, come January. So part of your Christmas bonus, your Christmas money, I'm gonna need you to pull up $5 because you all know in our culture, January is the roughest month of the year. January have 650 days. That's how it feels, right? So when you get your Christmas money, take $5 and pull that up and put that on the side because you know starting January, we are going to support MAP and what MAP is doing. Because while we focus on Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, excuse me, we know, we understand that this is year round. Women need mammograms, they need biopsies, they need ultrasound
Year round.
year round, not just October. And so we need to be able, as Nikeia said, to build that cushion. Yes, Annette, thank you so much for tuning in. We need to be able to do that and to support each other because some people don't have insurance. And at this point, they too old to get medical insurance or what they are going to be charged. They just can't afford it. Again, this is where MAP comes in and they step up to the plate and they are going to assist, and they have been assisting. Nikeia, and I know you've shared it before, but I want you to go back a little bit. How we got here? What is it that brought
What
you to
is it?
this point to say, you know what? I need to make this more accessible. Let's go into a little background.
Okay. Well, full disclosure, I am a mammographer by trade. I was employed at the Ram Memorial Hospital for 17 years. And then following Hurricane Dorian, um, I wouldn't describe it as a voice, but there was a vexing in my spirit that caused me to leave my job pretty much. Okay, there was something that was just telling me that it was going to get worse. I didn't know
Mm,
what worse was. I couldn't articulate what that meant, but I was so uncomfortable in my own skin that I wrote that resignation letter right away. And that was in
Mm.
October when I got this vexing, uncomfortable feeling. Um, I left in December, and then in March, we had COVID-19.
Mm.
Okay. So that was what the worst was alluding to. I have
Right.
no doubt that if I was still at Iran during COVID, out of disobedience, I probably would have been one of those healthcare workers that would not have made it through
Mm. Right.
COVID-19. There was something, and all through that time of lockdown, there was still a wrestling in my spirit. There was still
Right.
that uneasiness. I know working within that in the public health system over the years, the rate would drop every time we get a hurricane and it would never recover. I
Right.
saw this happening. There were things that I wanted to do within the system that but because of where I was in the rank and file, I just couldn't pull it off. So Mammogram Access Program came after Hurricane Dorian, whilst we were in lockdown, and as soon as we got just a little bit of relief, we came out to the public. But when we came out in 2021, we were still seesawing between opening up and locking down. All right.
Right.
So we came out in October. I went on a local radio show, Make It Make Sense. And I just spoke what I wanted to do. Didn't have a bank account. All I had was my little certificate from the government to say, yeah, you legit. That was it. Didn't have a bank account, didn't have the first donation. I said I wanted to screen 2,000 women. That's the ultimate goal. We're trying to get the screening rates back to pre-Francis and Jane level. That is
Right.
where I met it when I entered the system. That's where we want to go back.
Right.
I said I wanted to screen 2,000 women. Shortly after that radio show, I got my first call. And my first call was from a lady. Her name is Nicola Hepburn. And we sent her to Sunrise Medical to have her mammogram done, her and three other ladies. And that is
Wow.
where it started. Okay. That's where it started. I got my first donation from Freeport Bible. And that is the money I used to screen those three ladies. And it's
And
been
the
history
rest is
ever
what they
since.
say is history.
It's history. It's history. My first big donation came from Gerald Investment. And that was basically able to help me get through all of 2021 and all of 2022. Just stretching that money to cover as many women as possible. Um, in 2022, we launched our patient education and engagement campaign in conjunction with Know Your Lemons. And that's when we started to do our major push into awareness and making sure that women understand there are 12 signs of breast cancer. You must assess your breast every month for these 12 signs or anything that is out of the normal, and not to be afraid to approach your doctor if there's something that is just not right with you. Go
Yeah.
to your doctor, get it checked out. So that is where we are right now. And now we're making our big push to screen 500 women. And the number 500 is very significant because in 2017, when Hurricane Matthew hit our shores, that is what the Ryan Memorial Hospital was pushing out about 500 women.
500.
Right. So this is the first high. We're trying to get to that first high,
You're trying to get
which is
back there.
500. Get back there. I don't know what the RAN is doing now presently, but for
Right.
MAP, that is our goal. The
That's the
same
goal.
trajectory they took going down, we're going to take that going up. And I think 2,000 women is a healthy number.
Yes,
If we can do
absolutely.
that and they continue to screen regularly, then we can cover a good portion of the public.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the goal is 500. How many women have you been able to screen from the time you started to date?
We've been able to screen 330 women. So we did 107 our first year, and we did 223 the second year. So that's our total so far. But every October 1st, we reset that number. So it's nothing. We did nothing
Right.
because women have to
Right.
get
So
their
far you had
screen
not, you had
every
zero.
week. Clean- Well, we had 100. Don't forget, we did 100
Yes, that's
in
right. You had
Nassau.
100.
So we had 100. So the goal now is to get another 400, and we plan on doing it strategically We're going to screen East End ladies, the disabled. Then we're going to do our open screening in March, which is Women's Month. And then April, full on push for Abaco. Don't know what that's going to look like. Please pray for me. You got to get your prayer warriors.
Yes, yes. Listen, Nikki,
Please.
you know it's gonna happen. Look what happened so far. You literally left your job not knowing what was coming. You went on Make It Make Sense, sharing your heart, and you were able to get it done. And it just goes right back to what Karis was saying, which is that God just wants the willing heart, and He sees that your heart is willing, and the work that you are doing, and MAP has been able to do. How can I know we can make donations, but there may be some people who want to assist in some way other than making donations, or in addition to that, how can we do that?
Well, if you want to become a member or a volunteer, you can just ring my phone, send me a WhatsApp. I can send you a link for that as well. And there's a form for you to fill out so that we can put you on that volunteer list or membership list, whatever list you want to go on, so that you can help out our organization. We can always use to help. Okay?
Okay,
If
Nikeia,
you want to
just
become a
give me.
Lemonista, you can do that as well.
Okay, tell us about how do we become a lemonista, because that sounds like a fashionista, but that's nothing. But before you go, just give us, I'm sure it's completely different, but just go ahead and give us your number, the number that we could reach you at. I want to
The
put it in the
number
chat.
is the number is 804 4 MAP. That's 804 4627.
All
That's
right.
it right there.
Now, tell us about becoming a lemonista, please. And thank you.
When we came into partnership with Know Your Lemons actually train women to go out into their local community to teach the 12 signs of breast cancer, the risk factors, all of those things. And so you would go through a course, an online course, in order to get your credentials. Once you get your credentials, they give you the PowerPoint with all of the stuff that you need. We will give you your yellow sweater to recognize you as a local Lemonistas. And let me tell you something, there are over 800 Lemonistas around the world, and the Bahamas is the only one who is donned in that yellow sweater. Okay? So you can go out to church groups, to civic groups, to companies that have their wellness programs, and you can
Yes.
teach this. All right. I love the companies that have their wellness programs because they usually have insurance. So it's just a matter of arming that woman with the knowledge she needs. She already has the finances, and I'm always baffled at women who have the insurance and don't use it to have their
And
mammogram.
don't use it.
Hollering at my sister because she's one of them. One of them. Every year I have to practically cajole her to get her mammogram number. She has insurance. And there are a lot of women that fall into this category. So even if we just get women who have the insurance to move because of what they hear in our sessions, that's a win. That's a
Yes.
win.
And we say lemonistas, we say lemons, know your lemons. And
Mhm.
one of the reasons we say that, and we're talking about breast, but in some countries you really don't have the freedom to say breast like
Mhm.
that. And so the Know Your Lemons came up with a way to be able to talk about it without having to say that. Now here we say breast, but in other places they can't, right? And so that's
They
why
can.
we say know your lemons. But we're not talking about the lemons you get in the food store. We're talking about knowing your breast. Nikeia, what are the 12 signs, if you can share with us, if I'm not putting you on the spot, the 12 signs that we should be aware of?
Okay, well, everybody knows the lump, but you also have Porto orange, which is orange peel. There's redness and temperature. That's a sign. Pronounced vein. You have sunken nipples. You always had pronounced nipples, and all of a sudden you have a sunken nipples. A new shape or size to the breast. That's also one. A dimple. Most women are shocked when they hear that a dimple could be a sign of breast cancer. But what actually is happening is that the cancer is actually pulling on a ligament. And in my presentation, I actually show a lady who found her breast cancer with a dimple. And she thought it was
Mm,
just a part of aging. You get ripples and dimples and all kind of silly
right,
stuff
right.
happening to your body.
You figure
Um,
that's gravity.
that's just something that happens to women as they get older. And the absolute prompt for her was seeing that Know Your Lemons poster, and she said that looks like my breast, and she actually shows you what the dimple looks like on the video. A
Wow.
bump, a bump is something that can be breast cancer, and we did a whole breast health. We did a breast health expo when we launched our partnership with Know Your Lemons, and a
Mhm.
lady came through there who had a bump on her breast for like 6 weeks, and she totally did it. The bump is gonna go away, you know. She eventually went to the doctor and got it checked out, and it was positive she had breast cancer. If you go onto the Tribune website, the Facebook page, you can scroll down and find the story of I think her name was Michelle Wallace or something like that, or
Mhm.
Marie Wallace. She found her breast cancer and it was a bump. Most women don't know that breast cancer can
It could
manifest itself
manifest that
as
way.
a bump that way. So our job with the Know Your Lemons curriculum is to teach you all 12 signs so that when you see that sign, you don't just dismiss it. You feel empowered to go to your doctor and at minimum get it checked out. Some of these signs could be inflammation, but that's up for your doctor to determine
Right.
based on testing, medication, and how you respond to said medication, what this thing is. So please don't hesitate. You may have a little bruise on your breast. If you feel uncomfortable with it, go to your doctor and find out what that is.
Exactly. And like you say, don't just leave it to chance. Leader, Alita, thank you so much for tuning in. You finally got in. Great. I'm happy that you were able to get in. But like you were saying, Nikeia, don't just leave it to chance. And not only that, don't
Mm,
allow the fear
correct.
of the unknown to cause you not to get tested, to get screened, because
Hmm.
it could make the difference. Your timing could make all the difference in the world to your journey. And so it's
Hmm.
important. Let's try it. Feel something is out of whack. Even if nothing is out of whack, then you know what? You still make sure that you do your self examinations every month. But also, when it comes around, you get your mammogram. You know, the last time Lindette was on, she was given some tips. Tie it into your birthday month. I
Hmm.
have to license and register my car. I have to renew my driver's license. I have to do my mammogram. If you think that's too much money, then put it till next month. You may be like, oh, child, that's too much money to be spending in 1 month. But the point is to I'm being honest. You know how we go. Certain
Yes, we
things
do.
are too much money. Other things that may be as not as important, that don't really ain't detrimental to saving your life, we put value on. But I'm just saying, if you feel like that's so much to come out in that 1 month, do it the month before, 2 months before. But what you should do every year, you should be making sure that you are getting screened. Every
Correct.
year, I'm going to have my mammogram. Every month, I'm going to do my self examination. I'm going to check my body. You're being fresh. Let's break these stigmas. Sometimes you're being fresh. You trying to make sure you okay and you could possibly save your life. You know, we have to get comfortable with our bodies, and I think that's a part of it too. I could be wrong, but I think a part of the reluctance in getting these things done and checking and doing the self-examination is that we feel an uncomfortableness with our body. You know, we weren't taught that. So you feel some
Mm.
type of way, but we have to break those barriers, and we have to make sure that we are checking and we are looking and we are seeing. So we have the battle of the bra that's going on. And when do the polls
Hmm.
close? Because I don't want these people to tell me October 31st. Oh, I was waiting till the end of the month and now it closed. Because guess what? You got to find the kiddos and still give them that money. But when do the polls close?
Polls close on the 26th. That is when it closes.
So
And then we
October
reveal the
26th
winner
is
on
the
the
final
27th.
day. And then the
Yes, correct.
27th at 7 o'clock p.m.,
Hmm.
we're gonna meet now at Garden of the Groves, dress up in our cocktail dresses, and our husbands in their nice semi-formal wear. And we all roads lead to the Garden of the Grove, 7 o'clock p.m. for the Pink Lotus Affair. Now, did you say affair or did I put that on there?
Correct.
Okay. And so that's how that
It's
works.
a
The
fair.
donation for
It's a
that.
fair. It's a cocktail party.
All right. And the donation for that is only
$100.
$100. That's all. Only. And that's 7 o'clock. That's all. And so we want to make sure that we are there, we are in place. Is there anything else for this month? Or that's the closeout?
That's the closeout. That's the closeout for MAP. As soon as the Pink Lotus Affair is done, then we'll be winding up all of our activities and looking forward to the next screening initiative. Our job really is to create all of the buzz and all of the excitement that happens in October. Every time we have a screening initiative, we want to create that buzz, that
Yes.
excitement. Every time we go out,
Yeah.
even if you come as a single person, just one person looking for help, my job is to create that. Even if you find that lump, let's get you comfortable and get you ready to go out and have your mammogram. We want to make you feel special.
Absolutely, 100%. And you know, and that is so important. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for always making yourself available to come and chat with us and to educate us. And thank you for the work that you are doing. And you know, the work continues. I know it doesn't stop. You notice Nikeia didn't say, and when October over vacation.
No.
When October over, it's November, and November all roads lead east. Correct?
Mhm. All roads leads to east.
And
Correct.
when November over, all roads lead to the disabled. So
That's right.
there's work to be done.
Mm.
There's work to be done. It doesn't end the end of October. And so neither should our support. It's great that we have this month, like I said before, that we could really be cognizant and be mindful. But the work is ongoing. It is year round. And so we need everybody to come on board. Nikeia, before we wrap up, we got a couple more minutes left. Is there anything else that you want to share? Any other information you want to give? Any thank yous, whatever?
Well, during the Pink Lotus Affair, we will be having the Pink Lotus Honors, where we recognize all of our patients. And like I said, we did screen 330 patients. And so there will be 330 lotus flowers sprinkled throughout the event space to signify each woman. And we have two white lotus. Those white lotus represent the women that we've lost. The first lady that we lost, her name was Miss Garvey. She really epitomizes what MAP is all about, but why we even exist. She came
Mm,
to us. She was a lady who was involved in tourism. And of course, right after Dorian, we had the lockdown, so there wasn't much work in that field. She felt a lump. She stayed home waiting for the COVID lockdowns to come to be over so that she could have access, not knowing that we were out there and we existed.
mm,
When we did come out to the public, we met with her, and she was just too far gone. She leaves behind four minor children. We
wow.
exist for women like her,
Yes.
okay, who feel as though they don't have any recourse. We want to make sure they have the things that they need. We got to her very late, and
Mm,
we don't want a repeat of that. So
right.
we have two white lotus that we want to acknowledge, and then we have 13 pink lotus. And our pink lotus represent all of the women that we've diagnosed. And I had to recently up to a pink lotus. It was originally 12, but
Right.
my first patient, who was the baby of MAP, she has had a recurrence of breast cancer. And so
Mm.
now we have to put her back. We have to move her from the purple lotus and put her into the pink.
Okay,
So
so let's go through. So the white lotus would be those you said there's two white lotus. Miss Gavi, and who's the other one?
those are my patients. Another, the other lady was a lady that we met during the Eastern Initiative. She did not die of breast cancer, but she's a
Mm.
MAP patient all the same, and we lost her, and so we want to recognize her as well.
Okay, so the white lotus is for those who we've lost.
We've
The
lost,
pink
correct.
lotus are for those who are still battling.
Still battling. They are
Right,
all patients who were diagnosed through our program.
right.
And then the
And then
sacred
I think you
lotus,
mentioned the purple lotus.
which is the sacred lotus. So it's purple in color. Those
Okay.
are just all of the women that we screened, and they were negative. And it is
Okay.
always important to understand that 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. My
Wow.
responsibility is to ensure that all 8 have access to screening. We have to screen
Yes.
all 8 in order to find the one.
We'll find the
All
one.
8.
And then the other thing I wanted to point out is just because you got an all clear or negative this
Hmm.
year, that doesn't mean that you should skip next year.
No. The recommendation is always to continue your screening. Always.
Wow, and I
Yes.
wanted to say that because sometimes you feel like, well, I was going from 2020, I keep getting negative, so I didn't bother this year. And
That
it's
would
not
be
that it's not, let me say, we're not saying this to frighten you or to wish something negative on you. We're saying this because that's how things change very quickly, just like that. You can't be
and
okay
your risk
today and
increase
2 months
with
from
age.
now. And
And
your risk increases the
increase
older
with
you get.
age. Yes. And your number one risk factor is the mere fact that you are female. That's your
And
number
then
one risk
let's
factor.
throw in you black.
Oh,
We are at higher risk.
we
And so
are.
we have to make sure that we are doing all that we can, everything that we can, to make ourselves aware and to educate ourselves. Nikeia, I want to thank you so much. Is there anything else? I don't want you to leave anything out.
No, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that the Pink Lotus affair is this Friday. So go and get your ticket. All proceeds go towards our screening program. We will be launching our angel donor program, subscription program in January. Once you become an angel donor, then you get quarterly updates on our progress. We always disclose how we're spending the money and the lives that we are impacting. So please consider becoming an angel donor so that you can stand in the gap for a woman who does not have the means in order to get the screening done on her own. So thank you very much for always allowing me to chatter on your on your show. I love this show. I love Mixed Views. I watch all the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your support. And as I said, as long as I have a show, MAP will have a platform. As long as I'm doing a show, MAP will always have a platform. And that's part of my support as well, because I know the work that you are doing and how important it is. Sisters, hey, sis, we are out of time. We've only got 2 minutes left. So, again, if you have not voted, go ahead and make sure that you go to the Facebook page. It's called Battle of the Bra, and you'll be able to choose which bra you think is the best. We have the Cancer Society, we have Sister, and we also have Mammogram Access Program. So you can do that, and the polls are open until October 26th. October
Mm.
26th is the last day. It only costs you $5 per vote. And you all know what I say, vote for all three, and the one you like the best, vote twice. All right.
Mhm.
And then Friday, October 27th, that this Friday, listen, October is practically gone. Friday, October 27th is the Pink Lotus Affair. It's 7 o'clock p.m. It is going to be held at the Garden of the Groves. You don't have to wear pink, child, but you do need to put on your cocktail dress. Just come and support. And we know that it is the money that you pay that is going to go right back into screening for our people, for each other. So those are your 2 events for October. All right, you got to vote, and it's the Pink Lotus Affair, Friday, 7 o'clock p.m. at the Garden of the Groves. And then we ain't done yet, child. We busy, because then come November 5th. Listen, the next episode of Hey Sis, it's going to be November 5th, 5:30 p.m. It is going to be live. It's going to be in person. It is going to be our health seminar. Y'all see how I kept it on the Sunday? Sunday, our same time. Hey Sis comes on every other Sunday. And so November 5th is our very first women's health seminar. We're going to be talking about perimenopause, menopause, and pelvic floor health. We dive in deep. We're going to be talking with Patrice Lockhart. She is a certified menopause health practitioner. We're going to be, and listen, don't come there putting on airs. We want to be open because we want to be educated. All right. And the tickets for that, this is normally a $95 event. I'm not playing. Y'all could call her and ask her. This is normally a $95 event, but we were able to keep the price low so that as many women that can attend will attend. It is only $25 per person. So if you are 40 and over, you need to call me 826. What it was, Miss Cleo, call me now. 826-6278 and get your ticket for November 5th for our Women's Health Seminar. It's $25. Space is limited. And we are going to have a wonderful time. In addition to her talk and her education, she's going to be bringing products, healthy products, natural products that could help you navigate this time in our lives. So bring some extra coins with you so that you could get some of those products. But that is November 5th, 5:30. That's Sunday evening, Four-Way Plaza. I hope to see all of you there. My first 30. Listen, I'm going all out for y'all. My first 30 ticket holders, the first 30, you're going to have reserved seating and a special package from Hey Sis. And guess what? Because I know how my people go, you're sitting there, you can get snackish and all of that. We also will have some refreshments for you, some menopause-friendly refreshments. All of that only for $25. How come I don't hear the phone ringing? The phone should already start ringing. So make sure that you get your tickets for November 5th, 826-6278, only $25. Nikeia, thank you so much. Battle of the Bra Pink Lotus Affair. Let us continue to support MAP and all the things that Nikeia is doing, that MAP is doing to help each other. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. For those of you who tuned in late, thank you to all of you who humor me and pray for my Patriots, because child, we win today. So I want to thank you all for your effectual fervent prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But have a wonderful evening. Make sure that you tune into our Facebook page, Hey Sis Empowerment and Resource Center for Women. Our Instagram. Shall we on Instagram, y'all? Hey Sis Empowerment is now on Instagram. For those of y'all who don't do Facebook, we on Instagram now. So make sure that you are tuning in Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, especially because those are when we post our motivation moments. We all over the place. So follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Hey Sis Empowerment. Also, I'm telling you, we're doing it big. Hey Sis also has its own LinkedIn page. Now we need to get up to 150 followers so that I'll be able to go live on our business page. But follow us and let's work together. Let's build up each other. Let's build up the sisterhood. Thank you again for your support. Nikeia, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of the work that you continue to do. Everyone, all of you sisters, have a wonderful evening, and I will see all of you Friday. And if not Friday, 7 o'clock at the Garden of the Groves, I will see you November 5th at the Four-Way Co-op Plaza for our first Hey Sis Empowerment and Resource Center for Women Health Seminar. And I just I'm going to be shouting out my sponsors again, because if I didn't have sponsors, I would have to charge you all $95. And I'm being real. So I'm so grateful that we had sponsors who believed in me, believed in Hey Sis, and they came on board because they believe in you. So I want to give a special shout out to all of my sponsors. That is Imagine Graphics, Steve's Car Rental, Grand Bahama Power Company, NUA Insurance, Utmost Construction. I don't think I left out anybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for coming on board and making this possible. All right. And thank you, Patrice. She said that we must keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Patrice, you're on 40 yet, eh? I just need to know how much tickets you need if you're 40. Don't talk your business in the comments. Anyway, have a wonderful evening, everybody. And we will see you November 5th, 5:30 at the Four-Way Co-op Plaza. Bye-bye.
Bye.